Hello, Stephanie. Hello, everyone. Okay, we're about to begin. Everyone, good evening.
Sorry. Hello, nice to
Hello,
see you.
Stephanie. So happy to see you. How are you?
Yeah, really well. How are you?
Fine. What about the strikes in Britain these days?
Yes, yeah, it's everybody. It's the whole country. It's really nurses today, and it's been postal workers and train workers and airports and ambulances. And I don't see any end in sight, to be honest with you.
Okay. How have you been doing in these situations?
Well, at the moment, fine, but I think it will affect Christmas quite a bit. I'm really worried about sending my family presents. How's the best way to do it? And yeah, I'm really worried about train travel over Christmas because we don't drive. So yeah, I think we'll have some horrible journeys, but that's quite typical for the UK.
Hello. All right. I see. So it seems that these days have not been simple and happy for anyone.
No, exactly. Yeah, it's a bad times. It's a bad time to live through, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's a very pessimistic thing to say.
Okay. All right. So let's move to some more optimistic things. We have lots of them these days, and I would ask everyone who is here, who is present, if you have your question, you can just raise your hand and ask your question. We will begin with the questions I've been gathering for some time, with lots of them. Okay, it's like how to be a millionaire, how to win a million. Now, what is the word, Stephanie, for this phenomenon? What do you call this? Well, the first question would be about slices. Do we say slice only about actual slices that are thin? Or if I cut a pie or a cake into 4 pieces, would that be a piece or maybe a slice? Or it actually depends?
Yeah, we definitely use it for cake, a slice of cake. Pie, yep, more common to say piece, but it also is fine to say it about the pie or a quiche, anything like that, a slice.
Does the size actually matter?
No, exactly. It's not the shape. It means, a cut piece, if you like. Yeah.
So actually we can say slice, or we can say just piece of cake, piece of pie.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, piece, slice of cake. Okay, I see. Now we have a question about, do you say chopping board? Yes, is this the correct word?
Yeah,
Chopping
that's right.
board, when we chop something or we cut something for cooking. All right. And if we speak about, for
Anna,
instance,
sorry, slice is like sector. I don't know how to say in English.
And no, it's not just the shape of the item. It just means any cut piece. So
any piece, yeah.
yeah, could be
Okay.
a triangle.
okay, and if we speak about oranges, for example, that we divide into those small, are these slices?
No, segments.
Segments. Okay, segment. So it's like take a segment of how many segments would you like? Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Or pieces again. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we can basically proceed with peace.
Yes.
That would just be fine. All right. I love that. Now we have a bunch of questions about looking through the window, actually, because in Russian we have different situations in which we are actually, So the first is like Jane Eyre sitting by the window, looking outside through the window when you've got really nothing to do. Like she was sitting for hours. Do we say looking through the window, or looking at the street would be more natural? Or
So commonly we say looking out of the window when you're inside. We say looking through the window when you're outside looking in.
So look through the window. It's like we're outside. What's
Yeah.
going on there? And we're looking outside. Yes, look, she was looking outside.
Yeah, look out of the window.
Out of the window. And if I, for instance, wanted to check if it is raining, and I like look, what do I do? I turn to the window and
Yes, same again, look out of the window.
I looked out of the window to check if it is raining. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and so this is to look through the window inside. And if, for instance, I'm waving my husband who is leaving for work, and like I'm inside and he sees me waving through the window.
Yep. Yeah, he sees you through the window, so he sees you waving through the window.
He sees me waving through the window.
Yeah, or he could see you in the window as well if you're standing at the window.
Okay.
So,
I have a question about the word sick. Like this modern meaning when young people say it was a sick party or this evening was sick. There was a brilliant video of some very young teacher who is telling his grandma, who is 85 or something, about those new words and expressions, and she's like, sick, positive, no way, I can't believe it. It was a sick evening. Like, it's a compliment. How often do you actually hear it, and do you ever use it yourself?
no, I don't use it myself. I haven't heard it in a little while. I remember it was people from London who used it a lot. And the first time I heard it, I was completely confused about it. But yes, I think there's quite a lot of like particular slang around London that young people do. They copy some Jamaican words as well, like they say blood for like friend.
Lad, yes, lad.
Yeah, and there's all kinds that I don't know. I'm out of touch, I'm afraid. I'm old and out of touch.
So basically it is a kind of a normal thing when you are confused about these words.
Yeah, like I know it now. If somebody says like, oh yeah, that's sick, it means cool. But I would feel a bit embarrassed to use it myself.
Okay, I see. Because we're like being students of English, we're in that constant process of one day we're going to know all the words and all the expressions and all the, uses. And then it's such a relief to hear that a native speaker can be confused by them.
Yeah, it was confusing when I first heard it. Someone said, yeah, I can't remember the context. It was something about a nice bathroom, and I was confused about why it was making them sick, but that was a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, in Russian, we also, by the way, have such things. Like one of the most famous of them is, just a second, I suppose it is a matrix in a computer, or it's a motherboard. Yeah, this is like, yeah, support. Yeah, if the motherboard supports fast writes, yes. So the motherboard in a computer, and like teenagers call it mum, and it's like, my mum died. And what did you do? Oh, I just threw it away. And elderly people are like, what did he do to his mum? Yeah, for the Russian audience, мамка сдохла, about материнская плата.
That's
yeah?
so funny.
Mom died, and so I threw it away. And another favorite.
At first time, I don't understand you. What do you mean about mom die?
Mom died. Yeah, so mother. Well, this is called motherboard.
When you say in Russian, I understand you.
Мамка сдохла, yeah. And another one this is a story I was told by a friend of mine about Scotch, meaning Scotch tape and packing tape. In Russian, it is Scotch. To speak about packing tape, we say Scotch, and it can never come to our mind that this is not the correct word in English.
Ah.
It's an English word. And so one of my friends was asking her neighbors to lend her some scotch when she was moving. And after a while, several women came to her with a kind of, we understand that this is a hard time for you, my dear, but drinking is never a solution. If you need a helping hand, we can really help you. And she was like, I just need packing tape.
At 9 o'clock in the morning, you
Yes.
shouldn't be having scotch.
Yeah, so these are just curious things.
We
All
say
right.
sellotape as well, sorry, in the UK, we call it sellotape. I think it's a brand name that everybody uses.
Okay,
Like the
sellotape.
clear, the transparent one that you use for wrapping presents,
Yeah.
not the thick one that you use for packing boxes.
Okay. And scotch is just for drinking. Like
Yeah,
drinking.
exactly. We would know if you said scotch tape, we would understand. But if you said scotch, we would think of the drink.
Okay. This summer I badly hurt my ankle while playing tennis, and I just needed something to pour on it to just, what do we do to clean the wound? Okay, so I just needed some kind of alcohol or something like that. And I just went to the bar and said, can I have the strongest alcohol that you have? And there was a British guy behind me and he was like, hard day, isn't it? It's been a hard day, yeah, kids, I was like, no, I have a bad wound and I need to.
Yes, antiseptic. That's a good idea.
Antiseptic, yeah.
I wouldn't have thought about that.
Antiseptic. And so they were like, what shall we give you? I said, vodka, please.
With orange juice?
Yeah, no, just water. All right. Okay. Is there some difference, or do you ever use trash can or trash bin? Is it a can or a bin? Is it used in Britain?
No, it's not really used in Britain, the word trash at all. Except as one of those informal words to say that like somebody is like low class, like trashy.
Okay.
But yeah, so we would say the bin in your house. So you could say like kitchen bin, bathroom bin, and outside, if it's one like on the high street, you would say a bin again, or a litter bin. And then we have like a big one outside our house that the rubbish men collect. Is a wheelie bin.
Okay, I see.
It has little wheels on it.
All right, thank you. Now speaking about electric toothbrushes. Now the child, for instance, or our husband is brushing his teeth using an electric toothbrush. And I want to tell him to put it back on the charger.
Yep.
What do I say?
Well, exactly that, yeah, because it's on like a stand, isn't it? You stand it on the charger. So yeah, put it on the charger or put it on to charge.
Put it on to charge or put it on the charger. And if I want to check the charge of the toothbrush, I just say, can you please check the charge? Did you check the charge?
Like, check that it is charging, or check how much battery is left.
How much battery is left? How much battery is left? All right. And if, for instance, the child drops the toothbrush and it goes down the sink, it rolls down the sink, do I say?
Yeah, like it falls like into the sink. Yeah, it rolled down the sink. Yeah, I would say that.
Down the sink. And it's like on the floor and it is down that cabinet with a sink. So,
sorry, I misunderstood. So it rolled under the sink.
It rolled under the sink, yeah?
Yeah.
Rolled under the sink, yes. Alexei, you have a question? Can you?
Yes, if we talk about return to electric toothbrush, Can we say put on base?
On the base.
Yeah, on the base.
Yes, you could say,
If I say, you understand me?
I would understand that, yeah, but I would call it a charger.
Oh, okay.
That
Thank you.
base, I would call it a charger, but I would understand exactly what you meant.
Okay.
Okay, charger. Okay, right. Now, and like the electric toothbrush has a handle and the actual brush. Is there some name for this brush?
Yep, the head, we call
The
it.
head.
Yeah,
the
so you need to buy new toothbrush heads, for example.
Toothbrush heads. Heads. Good. Right. Like tennis rackets, they all have heads. Right. Now, there was a question about fruit. In which situation would that be countable and in which uncountable fruits or fruit?
Oh, I see. So it is, I think it's becoming more common for people to use fruits as countable. You do hear it more these days, whereas my antenna picks up and says that's a mistake. So I'm sure you will have heard and seen situations where people say fruits and vegetables instead of fruit and vegetables. So for me, I would still say a piece of fruit, but I would say, what's your favorite fruit? Which is countable, of course. So yeah, let me get back to you with more detail on that one.
Okay.
I think people are using it interchangeably a little bit. Let me make a note.
Okay. Let me see if I can attach a file here. Now I can probably only show the screen. Just a second. We have a number of quite particular words, but quite particular, not quite particular. White. Just a second. The first question was about, with these pictures, was about flip-flops, but how can I share this? This is how I'm doing this. I'm really sorry.
No,
I would need some time to show these. Okay, let me share the screen. This is my screen. Are these called flip-flops?
No, I think those are called sliders.
I'm sorry, clogs?
Sliders.
Sliders.
Yep. So I think maybe in American English they're called pool shoes.
Okay.
But I bought a pair of those and they were labeled as sliders.
Sliders. Okay, sliders. All right. And these thing and these thing for winter. Is it? Do you know the name for this? It's from going down the hills. Oh, just a second. I'm sorry. I think I just closed it. Have you ever seen that? No.
It's for snow, for playing in the snow.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I never saw that before.
Okay.
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 Sled.
That would be just enough for that. I had this several times about all kinds of winter equipment. I've several times asked my British friends, what do you call this and what do you call this? And they were like, no idea. We never seen that. So that's a common thing. And now the last question with the picture would be about shoes. Are these things called laces or not? We don't actually tighten them. We just like fasten them.
Oh, I see. They've got a little toggle to tighten them. Yeah, I would still say they are laces, that these are laced shoes.
Laced shoes. Okay. And thank you. And so I have quite a number of questions about these shoes. Just a second. So if we want to just, what do? Yeah, we tighten the the laces. Yeah, we would still say, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And how would I say, for instance, my son or my husband is telling me, don't buy shoes with laces, buy these with,
Buy those ones instead.
uh-huh.
So I would say buy the shoes that you don't have to tie the laces. Buy them with the toggle for tightening the laces.
Toggles, yeah, buy one with the toggles. Okay, I see. Right. About the shoehorn, do you say shoehorn?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I want to tell someone, help yourself with a shoehorn, ложка для обуви. Ага.
Yeah, I would say use the shoehorn.
Use the shoehorn. All right, use the shoehorn. Okay, use the shoehorn to
Big
put on the shoe.
or small? Long or
sorry,
small? Long or small?
Yeah, I've seen both sizes called shoehorn.
Shoehorn. Okay. And I have some also, the dictionary says that there can be a shoe spooner. Is there? No.
No, never heard that one.
Okay. Shoehorn, which is be good. All right. Now, and
no, I'm sorry. I
yeah.
cannot say long shoes. How say? Ну,
The big one?
Yeah. Длинная, как for shoes. Для ложки, для обуви, как сказать, длинная?
Okay, do we say take the big one or the long one, or it actually doesn't matter?
About the shoehorn?
Yeah.
Yep, I would say take the long one or the one with the long handle.
The long
Okay.
handle. The long
Okay,
handle.
thank you.
Okay, now, no fruit. Several questions about things we can't do. I can't ride a bike. I can't swim. Is this the only word to say, to speak about? It's like we don't have knowledge. Like in French, we have je sais nager, and in Russian, we also have kind of a different word. Will in English be just I can't swim?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
the
how to
most
swim.
common. Yeah, I can't swim. You could say I don't know how to swim, or I've never learned or learned to swim. I've never learned to ride a bike, but can't is most common, I think.
Okay, right. So we had also a question, but we've already know the answers about the names of fingers. Does anyone use the names of fingers and toes, for instance?
Pinky, probably the most common one, and some, of course. So if you needed to tell somebody which finger you were talking about, pinky, middle finger, ring finger is less commonly used. And there's a couple of different names for this one, can be index or your first finger.
Index.
Yeah,
Such a
index
brilliant
finger.
word, index.
Yeah.
And pinky can be used for hands and for feet, for the toes too, yeah?
Yep, that's right. It's the pinky finger.
Pinky.
I don't know why, it's a funny one.
Yeah, a cute one, I would say. All right. Is there some difference between a t-shirt and a short sleeve or like sleeveless vest or something of a kind?
Yep. So sleeveless is the one that's like cut off at the shoulder. And we can use short-sleeved, like a short-sleeved shirt with a collar and buttons. So t-shirt tells us like it's specifically the type with the short sleeves, cotton type with round collar usually.
Yeah. Okay. Is there some difference between wear in and break in? So break in is generally about shoes. I need to break into the shoes. Yeah.
Yep, I need to break the shoes in, we would say.
Shoes in.
Separately. And wear them in is the same, I think. Yeah.
wear them in. Yeah. And between wrap up and bundle up.
About putting on warm clothes.
Yeah.
Yep, I would say wrap up warm to mean put on lots of warm clothes, and bundle up. Yeah, I would say he was all bundled up, use it as an adjective.
Yeah, he was all bundled up. It was so cold. He was all bundled up. And wrap yourself warm before going
Yeah,
outside.
wrap up warm.
Okay. Does anybody have questions? Hello, everyone. You're just most welcome to raise a hand and join us. Such a unique opportunity. And so meanwhile, I'll continue. Друзья, задавайте ваши вопросы, присоединяйтесь к нам. Okay. So, if about dirty clothes, when we want to put this dirty clothes into the washing machine, we say laundry. Yeah, put it into the laundry. Where's the laundry? But when it's clean after washing, it is clothes already.
It's what, sorry?
It is clothes already, or still laundry? When does laundry become clothes?
Wow, what great question. Yes, so during the laundry, we don't use it as much as in America, but we do say that, and it would mean the whole process. So it's laundry until it's back in your wardrobe or in your cupboard. So hanging up or taking it back down, you're still doing the laundry. So it's still part of that. But we might say we would say the laundry basket for the place where you keep it, but we'd call it just dirty clothes, put them in the washing machine.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Alexei.
I would ask about my situation. I often go to business trip, and I want to know business trip at its right name. Business trip, ну, как командировка.
Okay.
Yep, we would say go on a business trip.
On business trip, yep.
Yeah, so
And
on a business trip.
a second question. Now I live in not in hotel. I live in a flat, but it flat. I pay for this flat like hotel, and I don't know how to say in English this flat house. If I can say.
Like daily. Uh-huh.
Ну, съемная квартира, такая, я не знаю, Анна, как сказать.
Имеется в виду посуточная аренда или вы
Да,
платите за
yes.
посуточная аренда? So it's kind of a flat that you rent, but you pay like in a hotel for every day you stay there, like Airbnb.
Something like this, but we have, I don't know, договор, how to say. Sorry.
There is an agreement, yeah, there is a paper you
Yes,
signed, yeah, for rent. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I think we'd have a different word depending on, so do you stay in the same place every time you visit, or you just stay in one apartment in that building? It could be anyone, like a hotel room. Sorry.
One moment. Я регулярно там останавливаюсь или нет? Анна, правильно я понимаю?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. No.
Yes, but I not only in this flat, I can use another flat. We have several flats in this city to use.
So you don't leave your things. You don't leave your things there.
It's like the idea, as I understood, the idea is that when I go on a business trip, I usually rent a flat, but it's not just like for a month that we normally rent a flat, but just for a couple of days. Is there some word to show that it's actually a short-term rent for maybe 2
Yeah. Something.
I think it's hotel apartment is the word.
Okay.
In a
Um,
hotel apartment.
Photo
yeah,
apartment.
I've stayed in one like that before. I'm sure it was called a hotel apartment.
Okay. A hotel apartment.
Yes,
That's-
yes, I have kitchen, I have bathroom.
Wow, lucky you. Lucky you. Okay. Having kitchen and a bathroom is definitely, privilege these days. All right.
I just Googled it and it says apartment hotel. It's completely the wrong way around.
Okay. Now you know. All right. Now, when we go outside, for instance, with the kids, and we tell them to tuck in the t-shirt into, for instance, the trousers. After we went for a walk, I want them to do the opposite thing.
Untuck.
Untuck. Love it. Untuck. All right. Okay. When we speak about would the emotional burnout, emocjonalne wygaranie, be a correct word?
Yep.
I've been so long on the maternity leave, I definitely have a burnout.
Yeah. So yes, exactly, but not used countably. So just she's suffering from emotional burnout, or we could say she's burnt out as well as an adjective.
She's burnout. All right. Do we use the same thing about being at home, being a housewife with the kids, and being at work? Would it just be the same burnout?
Yeah, exactly. Just when you can't take any more, you're
Okay.
burnt out.
Now, a question about the shoe tongue. So, язычок, shoe tongue, this one, yeah. So, if, for instance, my son is trying to put on a shoe and I see that the shoe tongue is actually on the way, and I want to ask him to like take it out,
I would say pull the tongue out.
pull the tongue out. Okay, pull the tongue out. And for instance, I can say fix the tongue. Yeah, fix the tongue.
Yep.
If, for instance, it's to the left or to the right, and I need to put it
Yes,
to the
I would
center.
say, yeah, straighten the tongue, fix the tongue.
Straighten the tongue. Straighten the tongue. Have you ever heard the expression snow saucer?
No.
No. Okay, good. It was actually about those green and blue things used to ride from the hills when the hills are icy and when it's winter. Do kids actually do this in Britain? You have a hill and it's icy and everybody is riding down the hill. No?
Yeah, if we get the chance, but no, we don't often get the chance for that. But this year we've had a bit of snow, and we'd say sledding.
Sledding.
Yeah, we used to take like a tea tray
Mhm.
from the kitchen and sit on the tray and slide down the hill.
Okay. Is this tray, would it be plastic or?
Well, yeah, whatever we've stolen from our parents' kitchen, really.
Okay, so a tray and we're sledding. All right. If we go to a restaurant with the friends and everyone pays for him or herself, do we say go Dutch, or there is some other expression?
Yes, yeah, or just go Dutch. So do you mean you pay for specifically what you ordered, or
Yeah.
you divide it by the number of people?
Oh.
'Cause I think
Is there a difference? Uh-huh.
yes, yeah, or
Oh, yes.
people have strong feelings about that. So I think Dutch is on a date. So it's a romantic date and you split the bill 50-50, because we had some idea that that's how you did it in the Netherlands. But if we're just in a group, I would say split the bill. And then, and then the discussion starts about, but I didn't have a starter. So then we would say, okay, everybody pay for themselves.
Everybody paying for themselves. And if we want to buy some expensive present from a group of people, would we say to chip in?
Yep, chip in for like to get a teacher a present at the end of a year.
Okay. There was a question about Justin Timberlake's song, cry me a river. Does it mean, can you please cry so much that I have a river here?
Yes, yeah, it's an old expression from a long time ago before the song, that you would say sarcastically if somebody was crying but you don't care, you would say, oh, cry me a river.
Oh, cry me a river. Okay, I see. All right, cry me a river. By the way, is there some way to understand that your company is not really comfortable for a British person?
Yeah, that they feel awkward.
Well, that they don't act, that they would prefer not to chat with you, not to spend time with you, but they are being so, well, polite, as generally always, that you just don't exactly understand. Are they just polite as always? Or they're thinking, goodness, can I please not meet her anymore? Is there some clue to that?
I think sometimes the more polite we are, the less comfortable we're feeling. So yeah, in that situation, if my friend was being extra polite to me, I would feel maybe she's not very happy with me. Or if the person kind of only says polite things, maybe, yeah, if they're not showing real interest in you and your life, that would be a sign to me.
Stephanie, when you say extra polite, what do you mean?
That so we add in extra words. So the more words we say, the more polite we're being. So if it's just my husband, I would say, pass me the salt. If it was someone else, I'd say, please pass me the salt. Someone I don't know, would you mind passing me the salt? And yeah, maybe
and each phrase, yes.
yeah, I'm
understand.
adding in someone I didn't like. It could be, would you mind passing me the salt, please? Yeah, the more words, the more polite and the less comfortable we are with that person.
Oh, an acquaintance of mine, an English teacher, once said that actually, the British are the most polite people in the world, because you have to remember that we, not so long ago, were the world's main dominant empire, and you just don't simply conquer the world by being very polite. You need to smile at a person while stabbing him with a knife. This is how we actually conquered the world. So this art makes us the most polite people. You have to always keep that.
Wow, that's an interesting way of looking at it. I heard a story about, I think it's in an English file textbook, about a British woman married to a Russian man. And when he heard her family saying, would you mind passing me the salt, please? He said, what would you say if you wanted a real favor? You said so many polite things just for the salt.
When speaking about those cultural differences between Russians and British, the main thing is that in Britain, you basically never, I'll tell you everything about British people, you never actually insist strongly. Like when you invite a friend of yours, it's like, well, we are having a party and, well, it would be good if you could come. Well, yeah, in Russian it's always, but you absolutely must, there's no other way, you have to cancel all the plans. Are you joking? You are tomorrow with us. No discussions. And at the same time, when a British person invites Russian friends with this place for saying no if you are not exactly comfortable, for a Russian person it sounds like, wow, I have to actually invite you, but I would actually prefer that you don't come, so I'm inviting you, but well.
Oh no. Yeah, exactly. That I feel I feel that it's presumptuous to assume that somebody wants to come to my party. Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Yes, and so this teacher who told us about that said, I always have these problems in Russia because I always invite everyone in this polite manner and no one shows up actually. But when someone invites me, it's like I'm just forced into coming and I just don't have the option to refuse. No other plans can count there. Yeah. Okay. If we are playing some guessing game and I, for instance, want, well, my child or my husband or my friend, think of a word and I'm going to guess it. Is it think of the word?
Yeah, exactly that.
Okay, good. Think of the word and then we'll be guessing it. All right. There was an expression we had to deep clean the fridge. And this is the one everyone really liked. Is it only the fridge that we can deep clean, or can we say that about a room or something of the kind, or bathroom?
Yeah, your whole house. Yeah, or yes, specifically something where you take everything out and clean it. So it would be, if I don't know how often other people do this, but not very often for me. If I were to pull out all of my furniture to clean behind it, that would be a deep clean. Yeah, deep clean the bathroom or anything like that.
Okay. For instance, a member of my family is going somewhere to school, to work, to another country, and I'm calling him to ask if, like, are you there? Did you manage to get there?
Yep. So I would say, did you arrive okay?
Did you arrive okay?
Yeah, you can say, are you there yet? Have you arrived?
Have you arrived? Have you arrived? All right. If I hear someone saying something that might be important for me, do I say, like, I'll catch you up on that?
Like following up later, you mean?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, say one day I will definitely come to your party, and you say, I catch you up on that.
I say, sorry, I will hold you to it. I will
Hold you to it. Hold you to it. Hold you to it. Let me write that down. Hold you to it. Okay, this is important information for the future. Now, when we...
Я правильно понимаю, это типа поймать на слове, да?
Поймать на слове, yeah. Exactly. Now, when we speak about those little stools, like for the kids who don't have enough height to reach the tap or something, we use those small benches, stools. What is the word for that?
A little step, I would say.
Step. Okay, and if, for instance, to be more comfortable while sitting, do you use the footrest? Like you are sitting at the table and it's like you put something under your feet so that they are...
Yeah, like a low one. Yeah, a footrest.
A footrest. Okay, I see. And we have several questions about periods. There is no way we can find this information. Well, so just let me find it. Like, for instance, if I want to actually give a hint to someone, to maybe a teenager, that her trousers have a spot on them due to the period, is there a way I say this politely?
Oh my gosh, good question. I would say, maybe you need to check in the bathroom, or I would say, so we often say your time of the month to be like a bit of a euphemism about that. So we would say, oh, I think your time of the month has started, or something
Time
like
of the month. Okay, time of the month. Never ever heard this word, time of the month. Okay, I don't know how to say this politely in Russian, how to give a hint to someone
that.
about
So
that.
easy.
That's a tricky question, actually. And if, for instance, I want to probably cancel my plans while I'm speaking with a friend or I'm speaking with my husband, and I know that next weekend I will have like time of the month, and I will, for instance, won't be able to take part into some active football games or whatever. Do I just say the same? I have the time of the month. I will have the time of the month, or there is some more probably euphemistic way to say it. Or
Um,
okay.
yeah, if it was my friend, I would say like, so we say I'll be on my period, or yeah, that'll be my time of the month. But if it's someone we don't know so well, I would probably lie about it
Okay.
to think of a different excuse.
Okay, so we won't tell all the details about why we are not available. Okay. Can I show you this? Can I share the screen one more time and ask you about this thing? Is it called wardrobe, or is there some other thing? Some
for,
other? Sorry?
for all of that all together.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a cabinet.
Cabinet.
Yeah, the wardrobe is just the tall part.
Okay, it's a cabinet. All right.
Anna, how we say in Russian this? How we say in Russian?
This cabinet.
Yes, this cabinet.
Шкаф. Шкаф.
Я тоже думаю, только шкафы.
But maybe there is some special British word, some special English word. You never know. All right. Now, a couple of other questions we have. Друзья, задавайте ваши вопросы, потому что мы почти все задали уже. Can you please join us, right, to ask your questions? All right. Now, let me think. Now, when we speak about redecorations in the house, like painting the walls, etc., is it redecorations, repairs?
Yep, I would say I'm redecorating, or I've redecorated the living room.
Okay, a redecorated living room. Now, if we say, let's call it a night and let's call it a day, does that actually mean the same? Let's call it a night, let's call it a day, or it belongs, or it depends on the time of the day.
Yeah, so if it's the end of work, I would say let's call it a day. But if it means we're going home from a social event in the evening, I would say let's call it a night.
All right. Okay. A person we visit to clean the skin, to do the facials, etc. Is it an esthetician?
That's a good word for that. Yes. So if it's like a kind of medical one, like a dermatologist, or at the spa, do you mean?
Well, in Russian there is just basically one. Yeah, probably one would be more medical, and another one would be just more for aesthetics, for massage, wrinkles, Botox. Who is responsible for Botox?
Oh my gosh, yes. Very young people get that now in the UK. Maybe it's the same in Russia. Very popular. So I think this would be a situation where the official job title is probably esthetician, sorry, but we don't say it very often because it's difficult to say. So I would say I'm going for a facial, I'm going to the spa for skincare treatment.
And if I, for instance, want to have an appointment with one, do I go to a beauty salon and I ask For whom? Can I have an appointment with or can I just have a facial? I would.
Can I book an appointment for a facial?
For a facial, okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm so relieved because when I tried to say aesthetician, it was like aesthetician, and I
Did it
have
much
to
better than I
work on
did.
your pronunciation actually. Oh, no, it's just the word. The problem isn't the word.
Yeah, the same problem with anaesthetist. The hospital is very, very difficult to say.
And it's just okay, good. I'm just happy that the problem is with the word, not
Not
with.
just you, no, not at all.
Yeah. Is there some difference between a closet and a built-in wardrobe?
Yeah, we don't tend to say closet very much in the UK. So the built-in wardrobe exactly is built. Obviously, you can't take it out of the room. We would say that. So we would call it a walk-in wardrobe if it's those big American style ones that's like a small room.
Yeah, when you have your bedroom and you have a walk-in wardrobe, and for all these things where we put boxes with stuff we don't need at the moment. Marie Kondo, come save us. What is this place called?
You have a room, we call it the box room.
Box room.
Like a tiny bedroom.
Yeah, with, for instance, a Hoover and some things for cleaning. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. The box room is like the smallest bedroom in the house.
And you say Hoover, you don't say vacuum, yeah?
Yeah, mostly we say Hoover, but you can say, yeah, vacuum cleaner as well. Is more, sounds a bit more formal to us because we always say Hoover. Okay. We use it as a verb as well, like Hoover the living room. All
right. Okay. Anyone who wants to ask a question? Hello, questions, anybody? Yeah,
actually,
I have one. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought we were in a delay. From last time, somebody asked me about the chain falling off your bike, and I mentioned it later to my husband because he cycles, and he said he would say the chain came off instead of fell off, which I
came
said
off.
Wrong information.
Came off. Yes, very, I would say, yeah, very accurate. Understatement again. It not just falls off, it comes off. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Don't be, too categorical about things. All right. Is there a difference between lay as L-A-Y and lie as L-I-E? I lie in bed or I lay in bed?
Yeah, that both are possible, but it's a bit more British to say lie. Lie down. He's lying.
Lie down. Lie down. Okay, right. Lie down in bed. All right. And something. Yeah, Alexei. Yeah.
Some about my current situation. I'm business trip and I'm near Baikal, and now I have flight flights to Moscow time, and it's 1 a.m. now, and I have I want I some I don't know how to say, I want to sleep some, and what my situation, I some slippery, I don't know how to say, sonny, how to say.
Sonny.
Sorry, I'm sorry, it was a little bit quiet. I didn't catch it.
I think it's about, do I say I'm sleepy? Yeah.
Yeah, sleepy, something like this. Yeah, sleepy. Yes.
I'm a bit sleepy at the moment. Yeah, because of the time.
Yes. Now a big sleepy. Hours ago, a little bit sleepy.
So you don't mean like jet lagged? You mean just
no,
feeling?
No. Jet lag at when I went. I have been in New York. It's it's jet lag. Yes. Now it's 5 hours only.
When there is big time zone difference, yes, and in my like normal time zone, it's, for instance, yeah, it's 7, but in my current time zone, it's 1 a.m. And so I'm
Yeah, I'm sleepy because of the time difference.
sleepy. Yeah, I'm sleepy. Okay, thank you. All right. Yeah, we have some 3 minutes to go. All right. There is something else I wanted to ask. Yeah, if we are cooking pancakes, we flip them over?
Yes, and we also toss pancakes. Do you do this where you kind of flip the pan and the pancake flips?
Oh, can you do that?
Yes, so we do it on Pancake Day, the day before the start of Lent. We eat pancakes, and so the trick is to kind of shake the pan and toss the pancake. But if you use a spatula, then you flip anything in the pan,
Okay.
flip the chicken or whatever.
Toss the pancake. Yeah, and another word again about underwear. Is the underwear the most like universal word when we want to speak about like laundry, about men's and women's? This is for underwear.
Yeah, so in British English, underwear means all of the items, socks, bra, and pants that are under the clothes. In American English, it's only the pants is underwear. So we use it to mean all of those things.
Yeah, and the last word, the last question I have on my list, when I'm planning to visit a colleague, and in this building, I need to have the entrance, some ID card that shows that I'm working in that place, that I can officially enter it. And I say, can you please sign me in, order what does she have to do so that the security lets me in?
So like a physical card? Or,
yeah.
Okay, like have a card printed for me, an access card.
Access card, yes. Can you please, is it like order or is it print or is it?
So if she needs to ask somebody to do that, I would say, can you have an access card printed for me?
Wow. Can you have an access card printed for me? Oh,
From the have something done.
yeah.
Asking somebody else to do it.
Yeah. Okay. That's a long one.
Yes.
A complicated one. All right.
Maybe we could just say, could you get an access card for me?
Okay. All right, Stephanie, thank you so much. It was such a relief, happiness, and so many useful words we heard.
Honestly, it's my pleasure. I enjoyed it so much. And I'm going to get back to you about when we use fruit as countable. And if any of my friends with kids have got these sliding in the snow toys.
I'll ask a colleague of mine who's really into those kids things. So don't bother. Is it like?
Yep, don't bother. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about that. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, last question. When I say thank you, I'm supposed to hear, or when someone says thank you, is it like you're welcome, it's okay, never mind? What would be the most frequent word you would use?
So I wouldn't use never mind. I would say you're welcome in a more formal situation, or no problem in a more casual situation.
Do we have a question? Кто-то нам хочет задать вопрос? No, not really. All right. So, Stephanie, thank you very much. Looking forward to our next classes with you.
Me too. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.